Is he about to depart right to head into pit road and get the tyres changed as quickly as possible? He's certainly going to lose all these places in the start group, number one, if he does that. But the performance he's going to gain, as he's done exactly that, to the right-hand side, allows the lead car, the pace car, to head into pit road first of all as well. And now at pace, he will disappear into pit road. And on his own on the front row then, this bizarre situation of Kevin Estre leading the 52nd edition of the 24 Hours of the Nürburgring away first. And he's a BMW, though, in second place and might lead the race. The 99 car has been started superbly well. Can it brake later than the Grello? Not quite. And remember, it's a lot of give and take into this first corner because it's the Yokohama S. You have to swing right and you have to swing left. The Porsche's in the... He's also on wets, and then there's a car with principally a Chinese driver lineup, and that has started with wets and now has moved to dries. The Aston Martin, again, presumably the one that had difficulties on the opening lap, is now really struggling heading up the hill towards the carousel and staying well over to the left. It's already been caught by what looks like start group 3, actually. It is the 34 Aston Martin. So this is the car that was started by... 2-litre V8 and the Mercedes hauls him out of the corner. However, later on in the lap, Engel then struggling on the very damp stuff down at Arenberg, and a few moments ago, around the outside, went Kevin Estre to retake the race lead. Engel can't... 4. But this is a fuel stop, so it has to be 5 laps completed for Frank Bird. That will be down to where the timing loop is in pit lane on those dueling Porsche versus BMW. So Estra and Farfus in a league of their own, and principally that's down to the choice of tyre.
Dan Harper's starting tyre, the slicks, would have been perfect now. However, it was...
Veach, isn't it, in the other one, in the other Shearer car?
Yes, not Stippler, but you're right, in the red door mirrored car. And Lucas Stoltz has been off the road and had an out-force. That was a couple of moments ago, but Lucas Stoltz was battling with Frank Stippler, who escapes into the distance. So I don't know whether that was contact side to side.
Of the race, taking just over an hour. This is for the 680 BMW M240i that is currently stranded. I was just looking where it was. It's at Flugplatz. Just after Flugplatz, heading into Schwedenkreuz, and appears to be stopped. According to my tracker, or our tracker, it is parked on the left-hand side of the track. So our first Code 60 in 2024.
And the reason for the Code 60 that you were just mentioning could very easily be for BMW 240i number 680. This is part of the 240i Racing Cup class.
Can I just mention, if our listeners and viewers may be familiar with the term Code 60 in the 24H series.
Schneider and Metzger, and took victory the last time. Now, a few moments ago, an Aston Martin pirouetting, and the 176 amazingly was not hit by Alessio Picardiello, but that was the run down towards Brightside, and the Dorint sponsored car thankfully got away with that, assuming that it kept it out of the barriers as well. Frank Stippler's right on the tail of the FAT Herbert car and almost overlapping. They were kissing wheel arches. Stippler to the inside, attempting an overtake into Klostertal. He's absolutely off his head, Frank Stippler.
I think they're all off the head racing around here in these cars.
And cars, Treble One runs in SP10, and Harper now with huge pressure on the rear wing of the BMW as they come right in front of us. Headlights ablaze for Frank Stippler, looking to the inside. Is he going to brake a little bit later? Of course he is. It's Frank Stippler, and he will take the position temporarily. It depends, though, how good the BMW is coming out of the Yokohama S. Slightly wider line for the Ulsterman on the way. Maneuver. They all arrived into the first corner. There was a touch between Stoltz and Verveesch as he was trying to find an inside line into the first corner on the racetrack. And
It's double yellows. So one car in the first instance, and then the Porsche coming along and not slowing down. That secondary impact is absolutely horrible into a car that had already lost its driver's door. That's why you have door bars, and it was one of the Caymans that came in. And I'll check the barriers now. Whilst that was happening, meantime, Dan Harper in the number 72 BMW was right on the tail of the Phoenix number 16 PHX area, the sharer car, and using the traffic very nicely, Dan Harper made up the position on Frank Stippler. That was going a Corvette in the shadow of the Renaissance Centre where they have their global headquarters. Now this battle at the front of the field continues. Kevin Estra this time does get the run on Dennis Olsen in the battle for position.
You want to be a strategist in a situation like that, to be honest, John?
It's classic Nürburgring.
Yes.
Slow car heading down back towards Schwalbenschlaf. Svalvan Schwanz, I think. Yes, it is.
Joe Motorsport Aston Martin.
And he's pulled off to the right-hand side. It's one of the GT4 cars.
It was already crabbing. He cannot drive in a straight line.
Yeah.
The front left seems to want to lead the car. The front right not doing such a good job.
Well, while that car tries to make its way back to the pit box, he's got about 3